Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. Renee Jackson, and I am the Southeast Area Minister with the Michigan Conference of the United Church of Christ, here to bring you a Faith for Thought. As I always wonder about what to share with you, today I thought I would tell you about some things that I've been reading. We all need a little inspiration, some things to give us some humor, some things to help us to step outside of the formal world of ministry in terms of academic study and the like. So I want to share with you a couple of things that I have enjoyed and found inspiration and humor from. One of them is a book that is not for the faint of heart. If you are a person who is very sensitive to coarse or raw, very honest language, then you may not want to investigate this particular book. But otherwise, I highly encourage it. It's by Tiffany Haddish, the comedian and actor, and her book is entitled The Last Black Unicorn. And in this book, she talks about her life, the struggles that she has had, the learnings that she has gleaned from her life experiences, and how she always looks at the things that she has gone through as ways of helping other people to look on their own circumstances and find their own voice and empowerment. Through it all, she is very humorous, and she truly is a comedian. But I think you can also find a lot of insight and assistance in whatever you may be going through, as well as those in whom we share our ministries with. Another book that I found inspirational was Trevor Noah's autobiography. His book is entitled Born a Crime, in which he details his upbringing in South Africa during the era of apartheid. You will find there's a lot to be learned from and appreciating his own journey and how he has come to be on the center stage as he is now. I found it both insightful in filling in the things about growing up in his era and his country that I was unfamiliar with. So I hope that you will take a listen to that. Both of those books I listen to via audible.com because I do a lot of driving. On another note, I also want to suggest to you a book of pastoral care for a population that we don't always think about in terms of offering pastoral care, and that is to those who are members of gangs, offering support to them and their families. And this comes from a book written by one of my colleagues from Chicago Theological Seminary, Danielle Buhuro, and her book is entitled, Is There a Heaven for a G? G standing for gangster. In this book, she details her experiences as a chaplain in the urban setting outside of Chicago in the hospital service. This book is very informative and shares in the challenges of pastoral ministry in those kinds of settings. Particularly useful for those who have not had a clinical pastoral education experience, for those who are members in discernment, and for those who are needing a little encouragement to know that somebody understands what they're dealing with as they work in that particular setting, and even with or without that particular population. She gives a wonderful overview and tools as to how to go about giving the best ministry to the folks who find themselves in that position. And lastly, the book that I would like to also share is by Oprah Winfrey. And this book is entitled What I Know for Sure. Now you might be thinking, well, what do I know for sure? And I think she gives some wonderful insights as she chronicles some of the many learnings that she has had over the course of her life. And what I think we can benefit from each of these is how life circumstances can indeed be used to give us some insight into our own lives by looking at those of others and how they have transpired, how they succeeded, where they have failed, and what they have learned from it. I hope that you will find at least one of these books to be an inspiration and an encouragement for yourself as an additional tool for your ministry, and that you will find some joy along the way, as each of these individuals has done. God bless you, and thank you on behalf of the Michigan Conference, United Church of Christ.